This is how the YouTubers do it. So, anyway, guys, as I put on my shorts, this guy, by the way, Alex, has been up for an hour at least. Dude was literally sitting outside my door like a creep. Typically, I wake up between 4 and 5. As my business has gotten bigger, I used to be in the 7-figure level, now I'm in the 8-figure level at 50 employees or so. I like to sleep a little more, and the reason is because as the business gets more successful, what you're gonna find is that the CEO turns from, you know, doing a lot of the grunt work to a lot of thinking. And, you know, I can't speak for you, but for me, if I don't get enough sleep or I don't go to the gym, I don't think that well. But the reason I like doing it now is because I get a little, I guess I would say, anxious at times if it's throughout the day, because I like to work out for a long time. So I don't know your typical like 1-hour workout. I usually will go lift weights for about 1.5 hours. And then after that, I'll do 45 minutes of cardio. So it takes a little bit, and then I prefer to have that done so when my meetings start, I can either be present and, you know, answer stuff, or I'll just put my phone down and I'll start doing that. So I think that's it for right now. I'm gonna try to wake up. Okay, so what I do to drink water, and if you don't do this, you should try it, like you'll feel a lot better, is I just take a gallon jug. Sorry, it's kind of messy, but I just take a gallon jug, and then so that way I drink all of this throughout the day, and it gets a lot easier because I don't really like taking a water bottle and like filling it up. This right here, I'm not sponsored by them at all. This one's okay, it's not really that good. These are called Alani U, they're like energy drinks. That's really the only thing I like. I don't really like pre-workout because I don't feel like I get enough liquid, if that's not weird. This one's good though. What you do is you start here, and then you go here. So you go. You get the best of both worlds. This is a sex mobile. When you come down here, the roads just aren't that nice. So I got this while I'm here, and it's a piece of crap, but it gets the job done. It's like my sanctuary. It's like the only time I feel like I can fucking get stressed out. Oh, what's up, guys? So we finished the workout. It usually takes me 2.5 hours. And the reason is I do a lot of cardio. I used to only lift a lot, but as I've gotten older, I kind of cared less about, you know, being as big as possible, kind of like I was in my bodybuilder days, and I just want to be healthy. I do a full body split. It's actually from my buddy Alex Hormozy. If you don't know him, go check out his channel. He basically does a full body split every day. He does one muscle each, an exercise for each muscle, 5 sets. And so I do that. It's usually about 5 different supersets. And then I do 45 minutes to 60 minutes of Stairmaster. And with health and stuff, even business, pretty much everything in life, it's just about what you consistently do. So the big thing is don't start doing stuff that you can't stick with. And because at the end of the day, even if you're given a 5 out of 10 effort, it's better to do that the rest of your life than to do a 10 out of 10 that you can't stick with. So that's really what I try to do, not only in business style, but relationships, traveling, whatever. It's really what you can stick to the most. So anyways, we're gonna head home, shower. I usually don't eat breakfast, so I'll skip that, and then we'll jump into some meals. I'll show you guys some of that. And then I got a busy day with thick boy Alex, so. What's up, guys? No, I'm just kidding, I'm not that happy. Okay, so just finished the morning meetings. And because I watched a few YouTube videos, I actually told Alex I feel like bad because some of these people seem so excited. So I thought I'd actually act more excited in my video today. Okay, so I just did some meetings. I'm doing a few things. My COO is out. I can pretty much at this point work or not work as much as I want, which is a blessing, but obviously I do enjoy working. Now, the first tip to knowing if you have a good lead or not is the lead interested, right? This may sound like common sense, but are they interested in what you're selling? So there's this little clip from The Wolf of Wall Street, not in the actual video, but in his book. And it goes through where he says, hey, sell me this pen. And the way it actually works is his partner, Donnie, second in charge, he basically goes, so Jordan, how long have you been in the market for a pen? And he goes, I haven't been. And he goes, well then I'm not gonna, and then he basically goes, well you're stupid. And then he like throws the pen and he leaves the room, paraphrasing. And so the whole point is rookies try to sell people who aren't interested. Like when I did door-to-door sales, the reason it's so hard is I'm selling stuff to people who aren't interested. So you'll get really good at sales, you'll get really good at talking to people, but you're not gonna make a lot of money. The whole point, and to use your time efficiently, is talk to people who actually want help. If you're a weight loss coach and they don't wanna lose weight or they don't think they need help, unless you can convince them that, or like you're like, well, why don't you think you need help? They're not gonna change their mind. If someone doesn't wanna change their life financially, it's very hard to convince them to. So you don't wanna waste a lot of time with leads who don't think they need help. You're looking for people like, hey, do you need help? Are you struggling with something? And they're opening up and they're like, yeah, like I am struggling, I am looking for help. And those are the good leads. Okay, so what I wanted to do today, my team wanted me to kind of get on, let you guys know about what we're doing soon. So you see these glasses that like, so reflective. That's a view, that's Alex. Anyways, so we've been doing this like once a month where we run a 5-day challenge, and basically what we do is we take people through A to Z.
Yeah, like keywords, probably highlighted in red or something, standing out.
That's what she said, bro. All right, what's up guys? So we just finished shooting the ads. And so what I want to do next is just tell you guys a little bit about the second tip for a good lead versus a bad lead. Now, this isn't always the case, but I want to kind of stick to what happens normally. So typically an organic lead versus a paid ad lead. You're gonna have to do a lot more due diligence and a lot more work with a paid ad versus a organic ad. So anytime you can get an ad for free through either Facebook or Instagram, someone you've already connected with, it's gonna be a much higher quality lead because they've already gotten to know you, like you, trust you, and consume your content. So the more leads you can get organically, not only will you get more sales, but you will have higher profit because you're not having to pay an expense. So hope that makes sense. Hope you guys are having a great day. You see me changing clothes because of the ads and stuff. I'll see you a bit later in the video. What's up guys? Just got to the end of another productive day. I'm actually doing some ad work. I've got on super short shorts. Alex can tell you. I had some mini Pokemon Oreos. I don't know, because you gotta catch them all. But anyways, so getting back to the tip, you guys can see it's been a busy day. Getting back to one of the tips on how you can tell if a lead is high quality. This probably is actually the most important tip, is do they follow your process, right? Because all the time I'll get someone who comes to me and says, hey Tanner, you know, I want help, I want to get this. And then I say, cool, so like next step would be to get on a call, or hey, next step is this. And they're like, yeah, I don't really want to do that, I'd rather do this. When someone won't follow your process, they are not going to buy. And the reason is if they can't do the little things, if they can't do a little ask, something for free, like get on a call or do this action or click this link, they're definitely not gonna give you a large chunk of change. So whenever someone is resistant to my process, I will basically have the conversation like, hey, you need to follow my process. This is how I've gotten results. This is how it works. This is why I'm at this level and you're at this level trying to get here. And if they don't listen, then I basically move on. And then the most important is going back to, do they realize there's a financial investment? Getting on a phone call with someone who doesn't realize there's a financial investment or is not ready makes zero sense. You can have the best sales pitch ever, but if they're not in a position to finance or put money down or just get help in general, they're not ready, right? You wanna get on the phone with prospects, with people who have money and are ready to buy. Now, it doesn't mean you can't help people for free. Like I hear this all the time. They're like, well, does that mean you don't care about people? But at the end of the day, it doesn't. It's just they can do stuff for free. It's not a good use of your time as a CEO. You need to be making money at all times in your business. So that's that. We're gonna show you some stuff later this week. We're actually going to ClickFunnels. We're getting a 25X award for doing over $25 million. And yeah, I think that's it, Alex, right? That's it.
That's it.
Next time. What's up, guys? Just wrapping up this video. We weren't able to go to ClickFunnels. We were gonna go to ClickFunnels and kind of show off the 25X award. I mixed up the days. I thought they were gonna do it on Thursday or Saturday. They ended up doing it on Thursday. I was somewhat relieved because I've been traveling almost every weekend for the last 3 months or so, but we didn't get to go. Still did the award. We've done well over 30 million plus now. That's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you liked the different layout. If you did, make sure to subscribe and like it, and let me know in the comment section what else you would like to see or what topics. But we thought it'd be a lot better to show you as I'm traveling, show what I'm doing going around, how the business is running, and then also give you tips at the same time so that you guys can enjoy the content a lot more. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.